jump into it here, shall we? So, because I can't wear my heart tracker, we're going to be at a very nice 69 for the streams until I'm able to source another Android Wear device, whenever that will be. Hopefully sooner rather than later, because I really like the little app that I made for that. Hey, Fader. Welcome. Though the real problem with that fucking with that the Android Wear stuff is that you have to pair the Android Wear watch to a phone. And I paired that watch to a phone that I don't have anymore, which normally wouldn't be an issue. But in order for me to pair it to my current phone, I have to wipe the memory on the watch. Now, why is that a problem, you say? Because the custom program that I made to do the hardware and the stream control stuff, I lost the source code to. It got lost somewhere in a folder and I can't find it anymore. So it means that if this gets wiped, which is probably going to happen, or whenever I get a new one, I have to completely rewrite all that code by hand all over again. Oh, God. I kind of remember how to do it, but I don't want to. I don't want to do that. So that's why that's why this is this thing is using like a really old version of Android Wear too, because I literally can't update it because it'll wipe the memory and I can't easily put it back together. That's how great Android Wear is. Oh man, it's great if you could just download your stuff from the Play Store, but if you're running any custom code like I am, then forget about it. Forget about it. Hey, Dr. Gucci. Okay, so we're currently at 4:45 a.m. This has an entry for 7:30, but we already did that outside the bar. So 8:30 at the boathouse is our next thing. So let's sleep for 3 hours. Okay. So as far as the last major plot thing that happened last time, we witnessed Mel, the delinquent biker, and Bonehead having a conversation in the cemetery about what's going to happen today in the game, which is going to be a no, I don't want to stop. Which is going to be something happening at the diner. Sure? All right. Who's a good boy? I don't know. I don't see anything special about Mel. 8:30 boathouse. Doesn't even have a pompadour, so how do you know he's a delinquent? Anyone can wear leather jacket. No pompadour, not official gangster. Okay, so boathouse is to the north. Okay. I'm gonna have to look up a documentary on the weird Japanese motorcycle gangs of the 80s, 70s, and 80s, because that just seems like the craziest thing. I'm sure YouTube's got me covered on that. Let's see. So Winona should be here probably. I think she's usually out on the deck when she's here. Okay, Winona's not here. Great. Okay, well, this is where we're supposed to meet. Winona. First day class. First day class went great. Both professors are very laid back and chill, which is nice. All of the classwork is all production stuff. So there's very little like academic crap you have to do in the classes, which I also appreciate. Most of the work for those two classes I can get done efficiently and early. So I don't have to, for the most part, I don't have to depend on somebody else getting their work done, which is great. And I already know what I'm going to do for both classes. So theoretically, I could literally do all of the work for one of the classes like this weekend if I wanted to. I'm not going to do that just in case like the projects change or whatever, but I theoretically could. Hey, Alyssa. The one like complication is I need a better video camera than what I currently have because I can't use my phone to do the video recording, or at least it wouldn't be acceptable. So I'm gonna have to procure a better video camera, and it will also become a stream video camera too at the same time. So 2 birds, 1 stone. I'll be able to use it for the stream. So where's Winona? She's supposed to be here. Maybe she doesn't show up until actually 8:30. And then because the classes are mostly production stuff, about half of the days for both classes are marked as, hey, work on your project day. Where you theoretically have to show up and be in class, but you don't really have to. And if you get your work done early, you just don't have to come to class. So that's another incentive to get my work done early. So I will do that whenever possible, so that I don't have to get up at 8 a.m. Let's see. And yeah, that pretty much covers it. Does she really walk all the way from... Wow. She walks all the way from the gas station over to here. Alright, Winona. I know, right? She's the real hero of this game. Alright, Winona. Oh, and she goes out to the dock, too. She doesn't even go here to eat. She just goes out to the dock and, like, stares at the water. Alright, Detective Winona. On the case. Get to school as soon as we can. Okay. Check the whole school. Okay, so we have the real party leader, Winona, here with us as we slam another door in her face. All right. So now that we've acquired a Winona, we are off to school. Hey, Hams. So far, I'm winning. And the game has not crashed yet either, which I also chalk up as a win. And I only lost 1 fight so far in this playthrough of the game. So we started the good ending playthrough at the 16-hour mark, so we're about 4.5 hours into the good ending here, and only 1 death so far in this. So there's going to be a lot more combat in this one compared to the last playthrough, so plenty more opportunities to get completely blown up in the fighting minigame. And I finally unlocked Old Man Fight Club last night, and it was glorious. Actually glorious. Everything I hoped and dreamed. Okay. So good old Winona's the true brains of the operation. Okay. And if you didn't see me do the first part of this, I am following along with a walkthrough as I do this. And understandably so, because this game has... Like, I've had to actually skip some optional stuff because there is literally no time to do everything in this whole game. What? What are you two doing here? I'm actually a little surprised that there's been very few instances of weirdly formed text in this. This has been just a rock solid translation and conversion. Alright. Yeah, Winona's not going to be stupid. Too bad she's bringing Matthew with her. E on the rack over there. Alright, not gonna get the weird phone call from Winona here. Yep. Interface every time, without fail. Hey, Zothar. Oh. God, her going upstairs animation is... It's like she's a sumo wrestler. Hey, Zach. Yeah, it is glorious. It's so good. It's like one of those goofy hidden we're gonna check the whole school. Okay, so you can tell which locker it is because it's the only one that you can see the back of. It's the only one without backface culling here. Just like all the doors. Okay. Pocket camera and a floppy disk. I don't think I kept like floppy disks in my backpack or storage in high school. So it kind of would be a little weird to keep a floppy with you back then. Majodo. Okay, where are we going? Emma's desk. Okay, so this is all stuff that I did in my blind playthrough. Murder. Dang. Got him. Okay. Just try and relax and enjoy yourself amidst all these murders and disappearances. Father Barton. Okay. She gonna see the secret Satan painting before we do? Alright, so next is optional stuff. According to some foreshadowing from the walkthrough, we will see plenty of secret Satan painting. I have yet to see it myself, and I did not read ahead in the walkthrough, but there was a note in the walkthrough at a certain point for like, don't worry about the secret Satan painting, we'll see it a lot later. Like, okay. They're really talking up the big Satan painting. I'm ready to be impressed and thrilled. All right, off to Morgan. Morgan. Morgan better still be in there. Okay. Good. Still in there. A fair amount of kids in 1998 did not know computer stuff. Exactly. I'll have you know, I don't even know how to use a computer, but Mary Lou does. Okay. Sure. Can I talk to him about anything? Oh. Oh, that's right, this scene. Yes, deputize me. Give me a badge and a gun. Dine for one of the diner's big burgers. Okay, so that's also kind of important, because that was a key thing that I screwed up in my blind playthrough, was how the diner went. So the diner is going to be much different in this playthrough. All right, Mary Lou. Give me the Sailor Moon meme. Sound data. Like they don't have. Is there no like MIDI player? This would have been 98. There would have been a MIDI. Oh, so it's got to be MIDI data that's on there. So this makes even less sense. Yes, I did figure out the sound file thing. Ask around if anyone's got an electric organ. And somebody does have an electric organ. So yeah, this one I handled correctly. Like as far as the differences in required stuff between this playthrough and my blind one, up until this point, I probably did like 95% of the of what the game considers required, or what the walkthrough considers required. But there's like one or two key things that I missed that were apparently enough to derail everything, which is really frustrating. Like, man. By the way, speaking of that, I looked up what the correct answers were in Laura Bow. Where am I going here? I'm going to the camera shop, which was here. And there was a bunch of really stupid small stuff that I missed in Lorbo. Okay. Can I? Okay, you have to talk to them first. Uh-huh. Oh, you're supposed to talk to them. Okay. You have to talk to them first, and then you... Okay. Why you can't immediately give this to them? $9.50. Yeah, like it was really frustrating reading that Laura Bow correct answers thing, because there was like a lot of little things that I did find, but then there was just random stuff. Like there was apparently a safe. Okay, I'm going this way. There's apparently a safe behind the president's a painting in the president's office. And then you had to pixel hunt to find a book in his library. That there's like 100 books in that room, and you have to find the correct pixel for one of those books. And that's what the CP written in blood was on his desk. It stood for crime and punishment. And then you're supposed to, like, oh my god. I still stand by my opinion of that game. They did a lot of things great with that game, but it was not good. It was not a good time. Much like this game, if you want to actually enjoy that game, you got to get that guidebook. You got to call up Ken Williams on the $2.50 a minute hotline. And then it'll tell you, well, click on this pixel about a third of the way through the screen. And then you'll find what you're looking for. And call us back if you need more hints. I'm sure you will. Okay. Yeah, that's the trippiest part. Like, nobody noticed that the president of the place was an imposter for the whole game. What? Just... And that's why there's that random person's name at the very end for that the whodunit section. Like, who even is this person? And it turns out that that person's like dossier on who they are and what they were trying to steal was in that hidden book. All right, time for hot jams. A beautiful song. Like how life is beautiful. Much better song. All right, off to the hospital. And then we got to track down James there. Oh, I remember I did this properly too in the playthrough. So far so good. This is all stuff that I did. Yeah, well, if you hop on a plane to Russia, I'm sure you can catch him before he goes back to. I think he's living in the Bay Area, or he's going to Croatia or something next on his trip. All I saw was a tweet today about him leaving. I'm going to the hospital. Where am I going? I'm thinking about Swery. Can't do that. I can't think about Swery and play this game at the same time. Hey, LCC. Hopefully your break is going well. Like you said, you got 2 weeks off or something to play some video. All right, there's the old lady from Fight Club. We saw her last night. So this is Creepy Doctor. Let's see. James's office is over here. Okay. Yep. Never lost. Never will. Did I have to show him the disc? Yes. Go to the bar tonight. Okay. Tonight, 10 p.m. Let's go. Okay. And then... Shit, what's the... Okay, so this is calling up Morgan. He wants to get lunch at the diner together. Damn fine burgers. Okay. Ah, shit. Am I gonna have enough time here? So the event is at 11. And this is where I screwed up last time. Because I got there too late and I missed the event. And that is what completely derailed the playthrough last time. So if I save, it'll bring it forward to like 11:30. Do I risk saving? Yeah, let's risk it. I'll just reload the save if things go sideways. Nah, I'm gonna risk it. Go big or go home. Because otherwise I gotta stand around for like 5 minutes until the in-game time gets to what it should be. Alright. Can't pet the dog though. No time for that. Dog is not a good boy today. Okay, slot B. Okay, so now we gotta hightail it over to the diner. And then I also need to position my car in such a way that I am facing north. Hey, Howard. So I want to go this way. Okay. All right, hopefully... Okay, I think we're good. I think we're good. So I remember getting this dialogue before too. Oh, nice. Celebratory tacos for beating deadly disease twice. That's a good reward. Matthew, this is new. Oh, there we go. Okay. Interesting. So I must have done this in a different order. Or I did this, like, when Morgan wasn't here before. Period. Wow. Nice. Also, that Mad Wiser sign is pretty good on there. Old Man Fight Club sponsored by Mad Wiser. This is all autopilot, by the way. Yeah, the last time I got here like a minute too late. And I completely missed this scene. And they were leaving the diner. Hand over all your money. Let's punch him. Oh, God. Okay, fine. Wait, do I not have a choice there? So this hitting the circle button. I'm hitting circle, okay. Alright, give him the money. Oh, we had to pay for getting photos developed. Jeez. For a high school kid. Hey, Master Keith. Welcome. Oh, man. What a scene. Go get him, Sheriff. As we get hit by a car. All right. Hasn't left town, so we're looking for a blue pickup. Start sorting this out. Okay, well, the sheriff Sheriff's gonna get right on this. He's gonna crack that case one of these years. True. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Detective Matthew, getting to the bottom of this. Which way did the car go? Okay. All right, so this part is apparently on a really tight timer. So I'm not sure if the way up to the church area. No, it's not the Lakeside Cabin. It's actually the farm worker lodgings is where we're going. And I'm not sure if I can take the direct route or if I like to go around it to the north. I should probably just go around it and assume it's not open yet. Though it might be. You know what? Let's see. I can always turn around if I need to. I suspect it's still closed. Yep. Right. Of course. Alright. So the walkthrough says drive as fast as you can up to the farm worker lodgings. So we're gonna get up there in first gear as fast as we can. Then we got a little bit of a sneaking mission once we get up there. So it's in this area. Look for the blonde guy in the yellow jacket. Follow him without being spotted. I don't see anybody here. So this might have been too late because and this is why I saved. Oh. Okay. I don't know if he's gonna I can't tell which way he's facing. Okay, he's facing to the right. Oh my god. Gonna get stuck on every tree. Oh my god. So he's supposed to disappear into a building at some point. And you know you failed it because he'll yell at you. Like, I suspect I need to approach from this way. Now he turned around again. Like, maybe I'm supposed to talk to him first. Okay. Oh. Use the trees? Oh my god. All right. This is literally that Metal Gear Solid 4 Europe section all over again. Uh-oh. This farm worker NPC is gonna screw up this whole thing. What are you? Oh, what the fuck? Come on. Okay. Oh, apparently you have to talk to him again to reset. Once he's back here, you talk to him again. And actually, is there anything... Noon, 1 o'clock, 1:30. Fuck, man. I might need to load my save. Because this is taking too long. I'm not sure there's going to be enough time in the day to do everything else. Yeah, the stealth in this works about as good as the combat does. I wonder if you actually need to see him walk into that other building. Or if you could just wait here and then assume it's all fine. I'm also thinking maybe I want to go around this this far building. Okay. No. Okay. Yep, still on the clock for this whole section. Yeah, yes, you can. You can miss everything else. Okay, so you're probably supposed to go over here and see him go in the door. Are you fucking... Okay. This is why I saved. This is why I saved. So that definitely put me over the edge. Okay. We'll call that a death. We'll call that a death. Oh man, that's so annoying. Fuck. That's so annoying. Once he disappears into the building, you have to enter a code on the door to gain entry. I don't know how you're supposed to know what that is. Okay. Alright, so it was slot B that I saved it in. And for this, you have to immediately go to the diner. So we get to see that incredible diner scene again, which I don't think I can quickly get through. So get ready for the thrills and chills of all that again. Yeah, we can see that the incredible car chase again. Okay. And apparently the thing up there with the stealth sequence is actually required for the best ending, so can't not do it. Okay. So I don't think I actually have to be that fancy with parking my car. Now that I know which direction I need to go. So we can park it right there and hopefully mess up the cutscene. All right, so we go in, sit down, talk to Lorraine twice, and then that'll bring us to the automated hold-up cutscene. All right. Talk to her twice. And we automatically... Huh. It didn't automatically pull me over to Morgan like it did last time. That's weird. Maybe it does that past 11:30. Okay, so I can't circle button through this quickly. This is just gonna do what it do. Start button this. That's funny if the bag disappears in the upper right. Nice. Anything weird happen to this? Yeah, it's the bag. That's so weird. It must be like attached to. Okay, anything? Yeah, it must be attached to his skeleton at some point, and then it loses its rotation. Actually, that's what it's supposed to be, and then when it's unpaused, it's screwed up again. Great, fantastic. That's so weird. Why does it do that? It doesn't do it in this scene. All right, any pause shenanigans on this part? Nice. Okay. That's interesting how they handle the car honk sound. Let's just keep playing that car honk don't wave until at this point in the cutscene, regardless if it's paused or not. Okay. So now we gotta talk to her twice. I can't afford to save. So I just got to do this without screwing up. No, I don't. No, I don't want a cheeseburger. Okay, you have to hold left. All right. And now I'm forced to eat it because I ordered it. All right, we have burgered up. Now we're ready for our stealth mission. Okay. Yeah, well, it didn't pause the timer while I was fumbling with the buttons to get out of the chair, though. So I still lost a little bit of time there. All right, let's try this again with less screwing up literally everything. Like, I'm not even sure if the timings on the walkthrough are realistic. But at least now I know. I need to go and talk to the guy before the sequence starts. And then... it probably is based off the Japanese script, but I'm not sure that really matters, because during dialogue the clock doesn't move, you know. So I'm not sure it would matter in any case which language it was in, right? And that's, as far as I know, is the only change made for the translated version. Was just they changed the dialogue to English and then had to do a bunch of weird compression stuff to make it work. I'm not playing on emulator. This is on hardware. And I think it was written on hardware. Okay, they gotta look out. So I'm pretty sure I could just wait until he gets over behind the building on the left. And then once he's out of sight there, I'll just go by that far building. Though I'm not... I kind of suspect at this point that maybe the sequence broke last time because I didn't follow his path exactly. And you can't stray that far from him, or else it actually does break. God. Like, I don't know if it's because I hit the sprint button or what, but I'm pretty sure this is the building that guy's supposed to enter. That's so annoying. And there's nothing in the walkthrough to indicate. Oh my god. Is this gonna immediately fail me? Okay. Alright, good thing he didn't notice. So I can probably afford to fail this, like, twice. Okay. Oh, so he turns around again. Okay. So then he went into here. Oh no, there. Okay. I'm supposed to maybe hide in the trees right here until he goes in the building. Either that or go around the trees. This way. To straight behind him. What the fuck? Alright, look out for the blonde guy in the yellow jacket. You need to follow the suspicious guy without letting him see you. Every so often, he'll turn, look behind, so hide when that happens. He'll speak if he spots you, then he'll return to his starting position. You'll have to start over. Talk to him again to reset. Once he disappears into the building, press circle, circle, triangle, triangle to gain entry to the door. That's it. That's all that says about that. And this is a required thing. I have to do this. Maybe I'm not waiting long enough while he's standing there staring at the door, or I'm approaching from the wrong side, or you're supposed to not let him have your sight the whole time. All right, I'm gonna figure out how you do this properly, and then I'm gonna have to reset and do all that shit again. God. Wait, now he's walking all the way. Oh, this is a different NPC. It's following the wrong guy here. It's this guy. All right, let's figure out how to do this stupid ass stealth mission. I know, right? Like, hey, save states might as well not be optional. Good lord. Yeah, especially because, so we started this sequence here and we first got up to this guy to start this at noon, right? And then the next required thing, according to this, is at fucking noon. So I don't know. It makes me doubt the timings listed on the walkthrough more than a little bit. And you also just cannot press the run button. This is a walking only sneaking mission. Like maybe you're supposed to get to these trees right when he gets to the door. Either that or follow like right here. That's what it is. Okay, that's what it was. I approached. Oh god, that's so stupid. Okay, you have to exactly follow his footsteps. Okay. All right, this time we got it. That's so stupid. That is so stupid. Alright. But it's okay. Old Man Fight Club made up for all of this. Alright. But hey, you can see why I don't particularly care for stealth games, right? Why I chose to play Metal Gear Solid 4 like a third-person shooter rather than a stealth game. Okay. This time, things will be different. I'm sure there's going to be more bullshit like this later in the game, too, so I can't wait. Can't wait to see what else the game will throw at me. Can't even pet the dog at this point, either. Yep. So like the crappy stealth sections in like Grand Theft Auto, they got this game to blame for that, I guess. But I guess Driver had sections like that too, so. And those came out around the same time. Okay, let's see if we can screw up that cutscene now. Even more. Okay. Actually, I'm curious if I let the in-game time go to 1:30, if it automatically... Yeah, okay. But then I also miss out on the Lorraine dialogue. Hopefully that isn't required. See, the bag is doing the thing again already. Yeah, it is mandatory because if you get knocked out by the door knocking you over, it advances time by an hour. And by then, the guy in the yellow jacket will be long gone. And that is where things went off the rails in the blind playthrough. By not getting this scene and not doing the stealth mission. I'm nice and calm. We're at 69. Nice. Alright, let's see how badly our car screws up the next cutscene. Try and maneuver around my Beetle. Nice. Caused a spooky ghost truck to appear. Okay. All right, more mash and circle. Then we got to talk to Lorraine. Okay, this time everything will be fine. Alright, we're not going to accidentally get a burger either. Because I'm going to hold left. So it's left and square is how you get off of the stool. But just square is I want to order food. And if you do that, then you're forced into ordering food and then you're forced into eating it. Because, sure, not enough face buttons otherwise, I guess. Okay, cars straight ahead. We're going north. Or no, west and then north. No, east and then north. Okay. Alright, this time things will be different. Optimal. That was for good luck. Yep. Biker dude is gonna walk slightly faster to the cabin now. I was thinking about this earlier today. The bug model in this reminds me of Midtown Madness. I randomly started thinking about Midtown Madness today. What a great game. It was like GTA 3 before GTA 3. I've never played that one. Beetle Adventure. I got it on my flash cart. We can experience that banger one day. The one on Xbox, that was Midtown Madness 3, I think. I played through that one. Or I played some of it. I can't remember if it was just like point-to-point races, or if there was any missions you had to do in that. Well, if I'm going to play any arcade racers on the N64, it's probably not going to be that. I think, like, of my short list of games like that, it's like Mario Kart 64, Diddy Kong Racing, Pod Racer, and then that's kind of it. I never really liked the cruising games. So then again, I didn't really like a lot of the arcadey racing games. Except for Hydro Thunder. That was the only good one. Hydro Thunder, now that's a classic. Everything else, eh. Okay. Yeah, there's Kirby Air Rider or something on GameCube. Okay, finally. Circle, then triangle, O and right. I just repeat the same digit as before, and there we go. Okay. Enter the 4-digit code. It opened. All right, there we go. Just go right in after him in this tiny little building. I'm sure they won't notice. Probably a bathroom. Let's knock first. Okay. Mel. He didn't know the cop would be there. There was literally a cop car parked out front of the fucking diner. It doesn't get more obvious than that. Oh shit. Bonehead. Yep. We're actually just gonna get capped. Uh-oh. Oh man, we're giving him the fucking business. Yep. Old Man Fight Club has prepared me for this. Yeah, Bonehead's a lover, not a fighter. Okay, fuck them up. Let's go. Okay. Oh shit. Bonehead's jacket is just poo with a crossed out skull on the back. Alright. Uh-oh. The game better not fucking crashed here. Game, are you fucking serious? Okay. 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 Oh man. Hey Gundam. Okay. What about Winona? She can handle herself. And Nas has like a whole arsenal. So they'll be fine. It's Matthew who's probably gonna catch heat for this. Not yet. Okay. Oh, man. So I really hope none of the timing for later stuff gets messed up by this, because I'm not sure how I could do this any faster. Okay. So the next thing is we got to go to the literal other side of the map now, to Mel's room. And the thing after that is marked as something you have to do at 12, which it's already past 12. So I hope this all works out. Though I'm not sure how you could do this any quicker, because you can't even do the event for this until 11:30. So I'm not going to worry about it too much. It's just a little weird that it was notated like that. Yep. An actual reason to go back to his room finally. Even though I went there like 20 times in the last playthrough. Apparently the thing only appears if you do that scene up at the farm worker's place. That's the quickest way to get there. I think this way. I actually have to optimize my driving through town now, which is... I'm trying to wrap my brain around how this works. Because this is more or less just a straight shot this way. And then this will bring me into town. And then from the town, I need to make a right turn from Main Street to get to the river crossing. And then with all the driving it seems like I have to do today, we're actually at risk of running out of gas in the car. Oh, okay. Or the car clipping out of bounds. Okay, this way to Mel's room. So then after we go to Mel's room, we have to go all the way back to the sheriff's department, which is also a super long drive. If only this Beetle had more than one gear. Come on. And a little breaking and entering here. I'm sure Mel won't mind. A diary. Okay. Yeah. Which entry will you read? Sure. So Ms. Holden is her teacher. Only the quantum ghosts know. Isabella. So we haven't met her yet in this playthrough. Technically we could have. But I went and did Old Man Fight Club instead. Okay. Mel and 9 o'clock. Interesting. Emma's the one who met Mel at the motel. Yeah. But where? Gee, I wonder. Okay. So that's probably how you unlock the motel thing. Okay. So you can see why me missing that one event of the robbery at the diner completely derailed the blind playthrough. Because I missed out on the robbery. I missed out on Bonehead and Mel in the farm worker's place. I missed out on the diary, which in turn made me miss out on probably the motel. And it's just this big domino effect that caused me to not be able to finish the playthrough. All because of that one thing. Let me actually see if there's anything really important at 1. No. Okay. All right. So we're good. I don't need to skip anything here. Okay. Yep. Oh man. Oh man, let's go. We're a cop now. Give me a badge and the gun. Oh shit. Alright, well, we're roped into this now. Great. Board in the conference room? So we have access to the conference room now? Interesting. So this must also be the critical scene. Wow, we literally get a badge. Oh man, that's great. Alright, yeah, we're now the law. Let me reach inside your chest cavity and get your sheriff badge. Okay. Alright, apparently there's something new in this. About Mel. Only child, delinquent, crit danger, rebel, without a cause or a brain. I'm not sure what the walkthrough means about. It says to check the memo about Mel. Like, is this the... Because that's the... This is the bathroom, I think. Maybe this is a conference room? Okay, now that we are the law, we have access to this room. There we go. Interesting. High school stin. This. Okay. Okay, that must be the memo. Interesting. So this room does have useful information in it, apparently. Okay. Alright. So then we gotta leave the building and come back in. But first, we need to get stuck on this NPC. Because this is Mizzurna Falls, and why would anything work properly? I'm reading ahead at the next scene, and oh man. How sinful. These damn kids. Pure manner. Well, we did steal a lighter earlier. And cigarettes. Sure thing, Barton. Okay. Yeah, easy. Just poke your eyes out. Sinning ain't real, just poke your eyes out. Or whatever the cyberbullying meme is. Alright. Oh man. Matthew getting sassy now that he's got the badge. Oh? Yeah. Aw, shit. Okay. Yep, he's gone mad with power now. I still don't know why they had to use this super low camera angle for this building. There's no good reason to do that. Oh, now she leaves. Mel's memo? Oh, that's what the memo meant. This. There we go. Okay, that's what it meant. I have to check the motel guest book. Okay. Now motel person can help us. Actually help us rather than just say, can I help you? Okay. But first, we have other business in town. And I'm almost back on schedule now, according to the walkthrough. Not like it seems to particularly matter for this in-game day. Perfect. Optimal. Optimal. Don't have to walk in between the guardrails. Oh, that's right. Fucking Detective Winona took the pictures. And actually, it kind of matters what the time is if I'm looking for Winona. Hopefully I didn't get the car stuck, because otherwise I gotta call the tow company. All right, we're good. So next is the motel. We can get there this way. Hopefully there's an opportunity to put gas in the Beetle. There's a car parked here. Huh. Alright, here's the moment of truth. Can they finally help me? Yes. Kathy Rowland. So room 3, huh? Sure. He might be at the church. Okay. All right. So now up to the church. So the missing piece of this puzzle the whole time was just that one diner scene. God. That is so annoying. All I had to do was just reload my save. Oh, God. We've Austin Powers our bug here. Okay. Sure. All right. Almost a disaster. Some of the names are changed, apparently. All right, Father Barton. What? Okay, go down to the secret Satan painting room. Okay. Okay. Uh-oh. Checkout fee. Bruh. We don't have our wallet. Of course we need money. Actually, maybe they did recover his wallet. Okay. All right, back down to the motel. Yeah, like maybe Bonehead ran off with his cash, along with all the other cash. Matthew's never gonna get his Blockbuster Video membership card back. think it's the 28th is when the other path up the mountain opens up. Either that or it's like the 27th after the... No, it can't be after the cutscene because I checked that before. Huh. Weird. It's got to be the 28th. Uh-oh. Who's that walking to the motel? Is that... Oh, just random guy. Not talk to him. All right, room 3. Okay. Epic. I think I remember from the last playthrough, Epic was a drug. Oh, this crate randomly in the middle of the floor. Oh, and I can't turn. Great. Are these drugs? All right, take them. Okay. Pills labeled Epic. Okay. All right, and that's all there is to do here, apparently. Okay. We can finally get gas now, too. Alright, so now it's off to find Detective Winona. And apparently we don't have to turn the motel key back in. It's ours now forever. According to the walkthrough, the next thing with the definitive time on it is 4:30. So I think I'm still good. Good on time here. And that's at the sheriff's department, but I have a few other things to do before going there. With the first being service. At the motherfucking full-service gas station. All right. Okay. There. Out of the way, NPC. Winona better be here, by the way. If she's not here, then... Okay, good. Winona, very strong ab muscles. Very strong thighs and abs. And I guess ankles too. Very strong everything. No entries. So this I got in the other playthrough. So this isn't new to me. Sure. I'm the one who paid for the photo, Winona. Jesus Christ. It was the last 950 to my name. Okay. And then off to Groover Hospital. The quickest way to get there is to go back north. North, cut through town, go south, and that'll take me across the river. Okay. I haven't saved in over an hour. Yeah, that was before the diner scene. So if I screw up something here, I'll have to do all of that all over again. Or if the game crashes, which would be out of my control. So here's hoping. I really don't want to do that stupid stealth sequence again. But I should be able to save soon enough from the looks of things. Oh, Shentok, I saw your tweet about the Saturn mouse thing. Is the Saturn mouse as bad as the PlayStation mouse at losing tracking? James and Barbara. Okay, so we gotta show her the picture. Because as cool as the mouse was for PlayStation games, it just that the ball and the ball mouse just had a bad time all the time trying to truck that thing around. Went in and then made up her mind. How does she know this? Okay. What, a spare PS1 mouse? Or a Saturn mouse? Are there even any US Saturn games that can use the mouse? Or is it just the... Was it Sakura Tyson? Myst? Oh, well. I don't think I'm ever gonna willingly play Myst again. And also the Myst came out, or the Myst remake came out on Game Pass the other day. And that version on Game Pass doesn't have the VR support in it. And I am upset. So now I have extra no reason to play that. Just climb over the vents. Okay. Alright, and then what we're actually here for is to give some drugs to Samuel. And he's either going to be here or in his office. Saturn Port of Police Knots? I don't know. Not a high priority. Hey, Ocelot. Who's in this hospital? Japanese PDS had keyboard mouse support. What? Why? Why would you? What? Okay, Panzer Dragoon 2, I can see. I could see that being fine with the mouse, but Panzer Dragoon Saga, why? Okay. So, oh man, shit. Okay. So the walkthrough says the next event is at 4:30 at the sheriff's department. And by doing that event, that's the point where Morgan says, "Meet me in the forest in 2 hours." Which means I just barely don't have enough time to save before doing that. Actually, I might be able to... I can save after that. Okay, I can save after that. Let's go. Okay. There was hope. Okay. So I can save. I just need the game to not crash between now and going to the sheriff's department. Can the game hold it together for that long? The real question is, Gentalk, if that Sakura Tyson mousepad were made nowadays, would that have been one of those booby mouse pads? Would Sega do that to that franchise? You kind of doubt. Okay, it's a classier series than that. I'm unfamiliar with that series. I don't know if that's something they would pull for that game. Okay, here's the department. So far it's classy, okay. Like I've heard of that series a whole lot over the years, but that is the extent of my knowledge of the Sakura Wars series is it exists. I think it was mentioned a lot in like gaming magazines back in the day. And I think I mix up that series with Super Robot Wars too, because you know they got very similar names, you know. Okay, so we're talking to Morgan. To anime for you. Speaking of anime, we spent a good 10 minutes in one of my classes today talking about anime. Specifically Cowboy Bebop and Samurai Champloo. Because the professor didn't believe that the live action Cowboy Bebop was happening. Nice. He's just standing in his desk. Nice. Yeah, I really like both Cowboy Bebop and Samurai Champloo. I'm gonna try to show him this one. Wait, I can't show this to him because he's not sitting at his desk. Maybe I actually have to wait until 4:30 when he sits down again. obviously a lie. No, sit down again, Morgan. Morgan, fuck. Okay, well he'll be. All right, if I just creep on him for a little bit here, maybe he'll stop moving around, and I can show him this photo. Nope, Morgan, come back. Morgan, no. Morgan, stop. Come back. I need to show you this photo. Bro, where are you going? Hey. Going to Dennis' place, okay. All right, get in your car, go to Dennis' place. I'll follow you. Even though he's apparently supposed to be there, he's supposed to be at the sheriff's department. And this is definitely Morgan that I need to show him the photo. That's the PUBG crossover? Oh, man. Yeah, I read some of the articles of that. The Fortnite thing. Oh, man. Got enough time to tell him? Yeah. No. Well, he just kind of disappears. Okay, there he is. Because the event is talking to him. And then the thing after this is an event with him as well. So we just got to wait until he stands still. Interesting. Maybe he finishes his business here. All right. And then maybe he goes back to the department? Oh no. Okay. So maybe now I can. There we go. All right. So it's just here that you do this with him rather than at the department. Uh-huh. I think that disposable camera had a flash on it, so that's a little weird that it wouldn't have worked out. 2 hours in front of the waterfall, so 6:26. And I did that scene last time. Okay, so now we got 2 hours in game time until the next thing, which means I can do a 1 hour nap save and finally save the game. The game just needs to not explode between now and getting back to Matthew's bed. Like, I'm not even gonna risk petting the dog. Because, man, an hour and a half. I'm not doing that hour and a half again. How hard would it be the good ending? I can't speak for the rest of the game past this point because I haven't read the rest of the guide. But for my blind playthrough that I did, I got about 95% of the required stuff, I think. But that 5% that I missed, really important, it turns out, because it also affected stuff that happened much later. So, it's probably doable if you like write down everything that you did and like keep detailed notes of what you think you missed and what you could do differently. And then just start another playthrough from the top and then try again and see how things line up that time. But nobody got time for that shit. All right, slot C for this one. And also, you might not even know that you missed some events, too, is the other thing. Like, the events in this are so close together that unless you finished an event and immediately went off to the exact right spot, you would otherwise miss some stuff. Or you arrive at that one a little late, which will then make the next thing you arrive at a little late, and then eventually you'll be so late that you just straight up miss something. So, I highly, highly, highly doubt anybody organically came across the true ending for this. Highly doubt it. Okay, so 626... is the waterfall scene. Should I will. I'm gonna go gas up the car. We got a little bit of time. Do we? Wait. We might not, actually. Okay. So here's the junkyard. So far, the only use for the junkyard has been the site of Old Man Fight Club. I wonder if that's the actual only use for that area in the whole game. That would be great if it was. I'm sure we'll find out at some point. Yeah, so far, in both the attempts I did of this, the game ends shortly before midnight on the 31st at like 11:40, where you get a phone call of the sheriff calling you saying, "Hey, we discovered the body," and then it just takes you straight to the bad ending. I wonder if this guy has different dialogue now that we're officially the law. You be careful. Can I show him my official badge? I hit the button to show him and it didn't do anything. Wait, hopefully I didn't give him my badge. Okay. Alright. Waterfalls up here. The majestic Mizzurna Falls. And that incredible dancing texture. So I think you just have to hang out right here. So it looks like everything after this point. Huh. Okay, so we should get a cutscene here. Maybe? So I hit the circle button on that, and that started this. Maybe it was 26 is when I was supposed to be here. There we go. Okay. Yep, it's a very pleasant noise to listen to, right? It's almost as good as that sign over by the bar. This is... Sure. Okay, and then the last playthrough we learned that is not the sun, and they are not worshipping. Okay. Yeah, it's always a mouse. This is a PlayStation game. Okay, so he tells us talk to James about it, and that's about it. Okay. All right, so the next thing is at 8 p.m. at the bar, and I might be able to get a save in. Though he said to come by the bar at 10. I'm debating whether or not to push the time to like 9:45. I'm pretty sure he said 10. Because that's what it was last time. What happened, we were let into the restricted area behind the waterfall, where there was a ancient cave painting by the native Amohi tribe. It depicted two red human figures that appeared to be praying to the sun, is what it appeared to be. And then we were told to ask James about it, who is the psychiatrist and local expert on stuff like that. And then he said, "This is too spooky, I'm out of here," and cut us loose. So the next thing then is we were told earlier by James, the psychiatrist, that the best way to explain that MIDI keyboard floppy disk thing was to just come to the bar at 10 and you'll understand. And that's and that is our next thing. The walkthrough says 8 p.m. at the bar, but judging from what I know about how this goes already, 7:48 because the bar opens at 8. So I'll make the save here. In slot A. But then I'm going to move forward time another hour. Shit, maybe 2 hours. I don't want to miss 10 p.m. though. This is just really unfortunate timing. Actually, I might be able to... No, don't save. Dang it. I might still be able to do this. So I'll reset if the timing doesn't work out here. Okay, so now I gotta book it to the bar. And I think I'm facing the wrong way to get there quickly. Nope, this is perfect. This might actually work out perfect. I'm gonna have to dump my car like right exactly here. Oh no! Alright. No! Oh no! No! Fuck! It did the thing. God damn it. Okay. Alright, we'll see how this plays out, but okay. So this is a thing that can happen in this game that the translator notes warn you about. Of if you get a phone call or go through a load zone while a cutscene is starting, it can do something called event layering, which is one event is happening while something else happens, and the game really doesn't like it when that happens. So I just want to see what this does. So the mayor's out here and some random NPC is out here too. Oh shit! they fighting in my car. Oh god. I want to see what happens when you when the scene ends. Is the game just gonna explode? And the mayor's here this whole time just looking at all this happening. Hey buddy, you okay? The cemetery every night? No, he doesn't. He's at the fucking bar every night outside of it. Am I going to be out of bounds here? Okay, I think it just... So I can't interact with my car. Uh, so there's supposed to be another cutscene happening at 10 here, and I think it's going to break even more. Yeah, because there's Isabella. Okay, maybe I can get in when this guy leaves. Okay, let me in. Let me in. No. Oh god. Okay, maybe I can get in through the bathroom. Let me back in bounds. Actually, maybe I can talk to Isabella out of bounds since she's over here. And we could do some sequence break. Can I talk to this guy from out of bounds? Okay. Is there any way back in bounds here? This. Well, it's a good thing I saved not that long ago. Actually, maybe if I get in the fight with the stalker. But I can't reach him, it looks like. That would probably pull me back in bounds. Yeah, let's see how far away I can get here. So this is probably the road back this way. So how far away? Oh yeah, I am so far away we can't even see the bar. Okay, so there's the bar. Unfortunately, there's no like yeah, so it shows us as there. Like the okay. Maybe I can make my way over to the gas station and enter the gas station's load zone. Okay, turn this way a little bit. Okay. This is actually working. Okay. All right. Make a left turn here. Okay. Frame rate's getting noticeably worse. It's probably trying to load in the town. Okay, this way. All right. Maybe Winona can save us. Oh, there's a door here. Okay. Uh-oh. Ah. Oh, I kind of doubt it. If it's useful, I kind of doubt it. All right, I doubt this is gonna get us back in bounds, but isn't the fist fight with the stalker right after this? And don't you get pulled into that automatically? That might actually bring me back in bounds. That's so weird that so clearly that was the door and the ceiling fan from the bar, but it was clearly in like the middle of the road on the way to the gas station. So personal business to attend to. This is different. So this is all because I didn't talk to James. So this is the scene that I didn't get the other night because I did Old Man Fight Club. And now I'm curious where the game's gonna put me. So I am eventually gonna reset here and we'll do this sequence proper. Okay, so where are we? Okay, so I got turned around somehow. So this should be pointing straight south. Okay. All right, off to Winona's place. And I gotta maneuver around the gas pumps. Okay. It's gonna be a little bit, it seems. Huh. I'm trying to figure out why those would be there. Like, it's got to be some weird memory thing. Why just the door and the ceiling fan will be bugging out. Oh, this is... Whoops. Okay, we're almost there. All right. So I got to get just to the west of it. Oh, there's something off in the distance. Okay, a little bit further. There's the door again. Oh shit. Okay. All right. Oh, fuck. Okay, so there's the Winona's family's truck. Which means the front door is around here somewhere. Okay, so the truck is always parked to the left. Alright, Winona, save me. Winona, save me. Oh my god, she doesn't animate. I love it. No animations for you, Winona. Hey, buddy, you okay? I'm worried about Winona too. Yep, she's over here. Okay, so the door was like over here. Actually, no, it was... That's where the truck was. I don't think there's going to be an interactive door load zone around here. Okay, there probably isn't. Alright, Winona, we're stuck in this hell together. Best boy that... Yeah, what happens if we pet the dog? Alright, it's gonna take like 20 minutes to get to the dog, so... Alright, that was an exciting science. Let's actually advance the story here. Alright, so I'm glad we at least saw the event layering bug at least once in this playthrough, and it was as advertised. It broke the shit out of the game. All right. I think I saved a slot C. I haven't been writing down which one it is. I think it's C though, which would be at like 640 or 740. Thought it was A. We'll see. We'll see in a second here. December 27th. Do I have the... Yeah, I have everything. So yeah, it was this one. Okay. Actually, no, you're right. It was A. You're right. Because this save was for the waterfall. So it totally was A. And of course, there's no easy way to get to the main menu other than hitting reset. Okay. I'm trying to plan ahead to how I can avoid that situation again. And clearly I need to get there well before 10. Yep. Good thing we got that classic. Doom. Doom. Okay. File A. So... Well, if they mandated a soft reset, then I think it would limit control schemes too much. So I think something like that is better left in the hands of developers. Like if they want to bind that particular keystroke to something else, I think they should have the choice too. Because it's got a reset button for a reason, you know? Rather than mandating that it must be this function or else. Who's a good boy? Because I know, like, what was it? Wing Commander 3? Well, yeah, like Wing Commander 3, I think, actually had controls bound like that, where you could realistically and feasibly hit those buttons. And I think Mech Warrior 2 as well. It was like weapon group 4 was something like that, because they had to bind a billion different PC keyboard controls to a controller, so they had stupid things like that. And similarly for, I think, Wing Commander, they had to do the same thing of like, how do we do all these super complicated PC controls on a little digital controller? And that's what they came up with, was you need a spreadsheet of all the different key combos to do anything in that game. Alright, so we already saw this scene. The priest get in the business as the mayor looks on. Yeah, especially if it's something as simple as that, and start select. Okay, so now we want to talk to James first. Ancient ritual. Pretty much everything I'm talking to him about is what happened. Those people aren't laying down, they're dead. So that was kind of the thing about this whole ritual, was it was a resurrection thing. That's where we learn about Cohen's past. Why, hello there. I didn't see you. Yep, and we're going to hit on somebody else soon enough. In a different way, though. But first, anime.
Ray lights fall from the sky like a stream inside my life. Ray lights surrounding me, fill me with a limber. Ray lights infinity, sacred symbols I've seen them somewhere. Moments, stops and signs, sunbathed under the hair.
Phenomenal. All right, see how many tries this takes. Now that I've been trained by Old Man Fight Club. All right. You better not give me that fucking roundhouse punch again. That bullshit attack. There we go. All right, we're ready for it this time. Old Man Fight Club. has taught me well. Alright. Kick his ass, Seabass. Kidding me? He hits me like the first frame I can get hit. God damn it. I had him. Yep, we got him downloaded. That fucking spin backhand needs to be nerfed. And you can only block it with like a frame perfect block or dodge. Okay, hit him with the combo. And it's like the fastest attack in the game. That bullshit attack. Okay. I love that you can duck under this kick. Like this doesn't make any sense. Are you kidding me? What? Are you kidding me? Okay. Fuck, man. All right. Only 2 tries. I call that a success. And they just poof disappears. Okay. All right, talk to this guy. Take a guess. All right, we talk to James. Is she gonna be okay? We just got our ass kicked. Okay. All right. It's stocking time, boys. Just after midnight. Okay. Let's see. So I need to leave the bar and come back in. Huh. Interesting. This is not what the walkthrough said. I could probably get this later, though. And it is marked as not needed right now. Okay. Alright. Dude, where's my car? There it is. So I'm not sure if I actually have to stalk her or not. Because I know where she lives already. And she gets there at like 12:30. But there might be some sort of gameplay flag for doing it properly. Who's a good boy? And actually, this might work out perfectly, or it might not. B. Probably want to save to. Sure, B it is. Okay. So I know which car is hers. It's that black sedan thing. Let's see. No, don't save. Fuck. So this brings us to 10:15 or 11:15? 11:15, okay. Alright. So she should already be walking to her car at this point. So I should be able to catch her as she's driving to her place. We have no time to pet the dog. I don't know if this messes anything up because I don't witness her leaving the bar, but it didn't do anything special last time, so I'm gonna assume that it's not a big deal. So she leaves the bar back door at 12:20, and it takes her 20 seconds-ish to walk to her car. And if we pass a car along here, that will be her. Okay, that's her car. I don't know if she's actually in here or not, though. Oh, there she is. Okay. All right, don't mind me. Don't mind me. Follow her. I'm still not sure you even have to do this. If this is just supposed to happen. All right. Definitely not following her home. Her car also stuck in first gear. Get Naz's apartment info from here before she goes in. I think the important thing is you have to witness her going up to the 3rd floor. Oh, 5, okay. All right. Okay, definitely not following her home. 5, Uncle Nas. 201, and then the cutscene. Okay, so this is all the same as my blind playthrough. And then I don't believe you can see her actually going to her room. You can only tell which room is hers because you can see her out of bounds. Oh, I guess you can. Okay. Alright, and then talk to Uncle Nas. Pretty lady with gray hair. That's her. Dodgy looking men coming and going. Okay. Okay. Yeah, guns and stuffed animals. Isabel's room. All right, now we peeping. She had a record of the one song in this game. So this scene was kind of the last like major plot thing that I was able to get in the blind playthrough I did. So pretty much anything after this point, I have no knowledge of. Okay. Or after the sequence is over. It looks like a wolf. That's all right, game. Keep it together, game. Don't crash on me now. Must have been the quantum ghosts. Stop it. Oh, that's why she never answers the phone. Huh. Okay. Okay, this is also something that I didn't do. And she changed out of the towel real quick. Oh, that's why I couldn't go back in, because I didn't have the diary last time. It all comes back to that diner scene. Fuck, man. Okay. Yeah, according to the walkthrough, yes. And I couldn't do that last time because I didn't have the diary. Well, you could probably do this scene at some other points in the progression here, but it makes sense to do it here, I guess. Wait, is she answering the phone from across the room? Oh. Sure. Huh. Okay. According to the walkthrough, it doesn't matter which option you pick, so it's awkward hug time. This is not an awkward hug. Well. I don't know if the game broke. Okay. It's just an awkward scene. Okay. Okay. And according to the walkthrough, that is all there is to do on day 3. The next event is at 10:30 a.m. at the sheriff's station. Oh, game. Okay. Was that good boy? And the next required thing, it looks like, is at 11 o'clock. Wait, why does this look like there's something here? What's here? Oh, that, right. I didn't miss anything according to the guide, so we'll make slot A our primary slot here. Okay. And let me get the time up to around where I want it to be. 6:10. So 5 hours would be just slightly too long. 7:10. 8:10. And 10. Okay. 10. 10. Perfect. Okay. Save here. Slot A. Okay. All right. And that's where we'll end it for tonight. The plot continues to thicken and should thicken nicely next time because I'm going to be completely in the dark for where the story goes from here on out, because the way the story kind of ultimately concluded in the last playthrough was you screwed up in day 3 and days 4, 5, and 6 might as well have not happened. Great.